From kart racer to NASCAR champion in just 5 years, Kulwicki's journey defied odds. His engineering brilliance and determination revolutionized NASCAR, inspiring generations and proving that underdogs can triumph through innovation and grit. Born on December 14, 1954, in Greenfield, Wisconsin, Kulwicki's early life was marked by tragedy. He lost his mother and grandmother before reaching 7th grade, and a year later, his only brother succumbed to a hemophilia-related illness. These personal losses could have derailed many, but for Kulwicki, they seemed to fuel his determination to succeed. At the age of 13, Kulwicki began his racing career in karts. His father, who worked as a crew chief for USAC drivers Norm Nelson and Roger McCluskey, instilled in him a deep understanding of racing mechanics. However, his father's work often kept him away from Allen's races, forcing the young driver to become resourceful in finding transportation for his karts. These early challenges helped Kulwicki to develop problem-solving skills and self-reliance. Kulwicki's dedication to both racing and education was evident from the start. He attended Pius I High School in Milwaukee and his bachelor in mechanical engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee in 1977. This education would later prove invaluable in his racing career, setting him apart from many of his peers who had focused solely on driving. While in college, Kulwicki raced as an amateur on local tracks, honing his skills and building a reputation. In 1973, he was named Rookie of the Year at Hales Corners Speedway, a significant achievement that hinted at his future success. By 1974, he had transitioned to racing late models, scoring his first feature race win that year at Leo Speedway in Oshkosh. Kulwicki's career took a significant turn in 1977 when he teamed up with race car builder Greg Krieger. Together, they engineered an innovative car with superior torsional stiffness, giving Kulwicki a competitive edge. That same year, he won the track championship at Slinger Superspeedway and began racing at Wisconsin International Raceway. His success continued at WIR, where he finished third in points in his rookie season in 1978 and won back-to-back late model track championships in 1979 and 1980. By 1979, Kulwicki was competing in regional and national events sanctioned by the USAC Stock Car Series and the American Speed Association, ASA. He remained an amateur racer through 1980. In the ASA, Kulwicki achieved his highest season points finish of third place in both 1982 and 1985, accumulating 5 career victories and 12 pole positions. In 1984, Kulwicki made his debut in the NASCAR Busch Grand National Series, now known as the Xfinity Series. In his first race at the Milwaukee Mile, he qualified second and finished second, an impressive start that caught the attention of many in the NASCAR world. He went on to finish 7th at Charlotte and 5th at Bristol that year, showcasing his ability to compete at the highest levels of stock car racing. Determined to make it in NASCAR, Kulwicki made a bold move in 1985. He sold most of his belongings and moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, the heart of NASCAR country. With little more than a pickup truck towing a trailer full of his possessions, Kulwicki set out to chase his dream. In a twist of fate, an electrical fire destroyed his truck just 2 days before his departure, but this setback didn't deter him. Kulwicki's entry into NASCAR's top level, then known as the Winston Cup Series, came later that year when he was offered a chance to race for Bill Terry. He made his first Winston Cup start at Richmond on September 8, 1985, competing in 5 races that season with a highest finish of 13th. The 1986 season marked Kulwicki's first full-time year in Winston Cup. He started the season with Terry's team, but when Terry decided to end his support mid-season, Kulwicki took a leap of faith and bought the team himself. Now an owner-driver, Kulwicki essentially became a one-man operation, serving as driver, team administrator, crew chief, and chief mechanic. Kulwicki's personality and work ethic set him apart in the NASCAR garage. He was described as studious, hardworking, and something of a loner. He was often seen walking through the garage area carrying a briefcase, a sight that amused many of his competitors. His perfectionism and high standards made it difficult for him to acquire and keep crew members, but those who worked with him recognized his genius. Despite the challenges, Kulwicki's first full season was a success. He won the 1986 Winston Cup Rookie of the Year award, competing in 23 of 29 events, scoring 4 top 10 finishes, and finishing 21st in the point standings. He had only one result below 30th place, showcasing his consistency even as a rookie. The following years saw steady improvement. In 1987, Kulwicki secured sponsorship from Xerox Antifreeze and changed his car number to 7. He earned his first career pole position at Richmond and nearly won his first race at Pocono, finishing second to Dale Earnhardt. That season, he scored 9 top 10 finishes and finished 15th in the point standings. Kulwicki's breakthrough came in 1988 when he hired Paul Andrews as his crew chief. On November 6, 1988, Kulwicki won his first Winston Cup race at Phoenix International Raceway. It was after this win that he introduced his trademark Polish victory lap, driving around the track in the opposite direction with the driver's side facing the fans. This unique celebration became a fan favorite and a signature move for Kulwicki throughout his career. The 1989 season saw Kulwicki start his own engine-building program, showcasing his engineering skills. He held the points lead after the 5th race of the season but suffered setbacks due to engine failures. Despite this, he managed 6 pole positions and 9 top 10 finishes, ending the season 14th in points. In 1990, Kulwicki declined an offer to drive for the prestigious Junior Johnson team, preferring to maintain control of his own destiny. He won his second Cup race at Rockingham on October 21st and finished 8th in the point standings, his first top 10 finish in the championship. The 1991 season brought new challenges. Kulwicki lost his Xerox sponsorship and started the season without a sponsor. At the Daytona 500, he raced with a U.S. Army paint scheme as part of a tribute to the troops involved in the Gulf War. He was one of 5 cars featuring military branch paint schemes in that race. Later in the season, he secured a sponsorship deal with Hooters, which would prove crucial for his future success. The 1992 season would be Kulwicki's defining year. He started the season with a 4th-place finish at the Daytona 500 and won at Bristol in April. His first superspeedway win came at Pocono, and he remained in the top 5 in season points throughout the year. However, a late-season crash at Dover on September 20th seemed to dash Kulwicki's championship hopes. He finished 34th and fell 278 points behind leader Bill Elliott with only 6 races left, but Kulwicki refused to give up, saying, "This probably finishes us off in the championship deal." In a remarkable comeback, Kulwicki finished in the top 5 in 4 of the final 6 races. Heading into the season finale at Atlanta, Kulwicki was second in points, just 30 behind leader Davey Allison. The 1992 Hooters 500 at Atlanta would go down in NASCAR history as one of the most dramatic races ever. 6 drivers had a mathematical chance of winning the championship. Kulwicki qualified 14th and faced an early setback when his car stalled during a pit stop. However, his strategic decision to lead the most laps for bonus points proved crucial. Kulwicki changed the Thunderbird lettering on his car's bumper to Underbird for the final race, because he felt like the underdog in the contention for the championship. The race came down to a battle between Kulwicki and Bill Elliott. Kulwicki's team decided to stretch their fuel mileage, allowing him to lead more laps and gain valuable bonus points. Kulwicki finished second in the race, but won the championship by a mere 10 points over Elliott. He celebrated with another Polish victory lap. Kulwicki had achieved the seemingly impossible, becoming the first owner-driver champion since 1962, the first Cup champion with a college degree, and the first champion born in a northern state. At the year-end awards banquet, Frank Sinatra's My Way played during a tribute to Kulwicki, a fitting song for a driver who had always done things his own way. Tragically, Kulwicki's reign as champion was cut short. On April 1st, 1993, while flying to Bristol for the Food City 500, Kulwicki's plane crashed near Blountville, Tennessee, killing all on board, including Kulwicki, Mark Brooks, Dan Duncan, and pilot Charlie Campbell. The NASCAR world was shocked and saddened by the loss of its reigning champion. The NASCAR community rallied to honor Kulwicki. At the next race in Bristol, Rusty Wallace, a close friend of Kulwicki's, performed a Polish victory lap after winning the race. At the end of the 1993 season, Dale Earnhardt and Rusty Wallace drove a side-by-side Polish victory lap, carrying flags for Kulwicki and Davey Allison, who had also died that year. Racing Champions issued a die-cast version of Kulwicki's number 7 car as a tribute to his 1992 title. Kulwicki's legacy, however, lived on. His approach to racing, combining engineering knowledge with driving skill, inspired a new generation of drivers and team owners. His success as an owner-driver sparked a trend, with drivers like Jeff Bodine, Brett Bodine, Ricky Rudd, Bill Elliott, and Joe Nemechek following in his footsteps. Robbie Gordon frequently mentioned Kulwicki as an inspiration for his owner-driver career. In the years following his death, numerous tributes and honors were bestowed upon Kulwicki. Bristol Motor Speedway named a grandstand in his honor, and Slinger Superspeedway established an annual Alan Kulwicki Memorial Race. The University of North Carolina at Charlotte created the Alan Kulwicki Memorial Scholarship, and the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee opened the Alan Kulwicki Memorial Student Center. In 1996, Milwaukee County created the Alan Kulwicki Memorial Park, located near Highway 100 and Cold Spring Road in Greenfield. The park features a museum dedicated to Kulwicki's life and career, housed in the Brooks Pavilion. The park was funded in part by a $250,000 donation from Hooters chairman Robert Brooks. Kulwicki's impact on NASCAR extended beyond his driving career. His engineering background and data-driven approach to racing helped evolve the sport's technology and strategy. In 1998, inspired by Kulwicki's legacy, the University of North Carolina at Charlotte created a motorsports engineering program. In 2009, the Kulwicki family made a significant donation of $1.9 million to benefit this program. In honor of this gift, the university renamed its motorsports research facility the Alan D. Kulwicki Motorsports Laboratory. The donation also funded the construction of a second motorsports engineering building, which opened in January 2012. Kulwicki was posthumously inducted into numerous halls of fame, showcasing the lasting impact he had on the sport. He was inducted into the International Motorsports Hall of Fame in 2002 and the Motorsports Hall of Fame of America in 2010. In 2019, he received one of the highest honors in stock car racing when he was inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Other honors include induction into the Lowe's Motor Speedway Court of Legends, 1993, Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, 1993, Talladega Texaco Hall of Fame, 1996, Bristol Motor Speedway Heroes of Bristol Hall of Fame, 1997, and the National Polish American Sports Hall of Fame, 2001. In 1997, the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series, now Cars Tour, established the Four Champions Challenge in memory of the four victims of the plane crash. This four-race series featured races named after Kulwicki, Mark Brooks, Dan Duncan, and pilot Charles Campbell, keeping their memories alive through competition. The Alan Kulwicki Driver Development Program, established in 2015, continues his legacy by supporting young, upcoming drivers who share Kulwicki's values and determination. The program provides financial support and mentorship to 7 drivers each year, with the overall winner receiving a significant cash prize. Kulwicki's influence extended to NASCAR's sponsorship landscape and team ownership model. His success as an independent team owner in an era of increasing corporatization showed that smaller, well-run teams could compete with larger organizations. This legacy inspired future owner-drivers and small team owners to pursue their dreams in NASCAR. Perhaps most significantly, Kulwicki's engineering background and analytical approach to racing had a lasting impact on how NASCAR teams operate. He was one of the first to bring a scientific, data-driven approach to car setup and race strategy. This approach has become standard in modern NASCAR, with teams employing engineers and analysts to gain every possible advantage. Throughout his career, Kulwicki worked with several notable crew members who would go on to have successful careers in their own right. Paul Andrews, his crew chief during his championship season, became one of the most respected crew chiefs in NASCAR. Tony Gibson and Brian Weitzel, who worked for Kulwicki, both became successful Cup Series crew chiefs. Even Ray Evernham, who would later lead Jeff Gordon to 3 championships, had a brief 6-week stint with Kulwicki in 1992. One of Kulwicki's most endearing qualities was his connection to his Polish heritage. His Polish victory lap was more than just a unique celebration. It was a nod to his roots and a way to share his success with the fans. This gesture, along with his underdog status, made him a fan favorite. The 1992 season, which culminated in Kulwicki's championship, is often regarded as one of the greatest seasons in NASCAR history. The final race at Atlanta saw not only Kulwicki's dramatic championship win, but also Richard Petty's final race and Jeff Gordon's debut. In the years since his passing, numerous books and documentaries have been produced about Kulwicki's life and career. These works have helped to introduce his story to new generations of racing fans, ensuring that his contributions to the sport are not forgotten. That marks the end of this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Race Hub for more informative videos like this.